Good evening. I am coming to you with another article. I put Anne's article in the description box, so it's here. I'm not gonna, okay, well, they blocked it. Okay. I put it in the description box, but I guess it's not able to be seen now. So it's okay. I hope that she's able to put it back up. Maybe she can play it from her computer in a Hangout or something. But I saw Anne's video earlier today. It was very good, excellent commentary. If you go to the link in the description box now, you're just going to see that it's not available, copywritten information. So I think maybe next time, and this is just for me as advice to anyone who wants to put music or dialogue in their video, is maybe play it at a different speed or have subtitles for what they're saying. It does take longer to do, but it's just an option. It's an idea, because we can't afford to not have your content out here. It's very important, and I really enjoy Anne's content. So go to her channel, subscribe to her channel. She's really great. She has a lot of good science and technology. I enjoy that. Anyway, I found this article from a website called allafrica.com, and they have different sections on their website where you can look at different countries and look at all the news there from different regions in Africa. You can look at different topics, the entertainment, business, conflict, environment, and so forth. You can look at the business and tech, entertainment here, sports. I know they had the World Cup going on, the FIFA, so that's probably pretty busy. Innovation. So you can look through all of these tabs and see what you like. Mine is in the biz tech. So this comes from the New Times. Title is East Africa. The Comesa region lags behind in robotics and artificial intelligence. So I thought it would be good to follow up. I didn't even know that Anne's video got taken down, but I wanted to kind of segue from her video into this video, because there are robotics and inventions and all types of innovation being done in Africa. And I think it's important for us to know that and just give you a different way to think about some. So it starts saying countries in the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa, or Comesa, are lagging behind with respect to robotics, artificial intelligence, and technology infrastructure and skills acquisition. Jean-Baptiste Mutabazi, the regional bloc's director of infrastructure, noted this during the Comesa Connect Industry Dialogue in Kigali, themed Smart Technologies for Sustainable Businesses. Held in Kigali, the meeting was organized by the Comesa Business Council and Rwanda's Private Sector Federation of Rwanda, also known as PSF. While Egypt, Seychelles, Kenya, and Mauritius led in terms of internet penetration and mobile density and in trade in ICT services, Mutabazi said the rest of the region largely lags behind in a number of ways, particularly with respect to robotics, artificial intelligence, and technology infrastructure and skills acquisition. COMESA member states are Burundi, the Comoros, the DRC, Djibouti, Egypt, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Rwanda, Sudan, Swaziland, Seychelles, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Mutabazi said it is important that technology is tailored to the African situation for it to be relevant. The Comesa are failing to exploit the potential of information and communications technology, or ICT, to drive social and economic transformation in comparison to the developed countries. And they have more on this here. It says Africa on the path to embrace AI and robotics, and they have a question mark. One thing we have to remember is that our people, African people, are not as demonic and selfish and arrogant as those in the West and those who are suffering from albinism. I'll put it that way. So it is not unexpected for me to see that they're struggling with a lot of the developments of robotics, especially when you have these albinism suffering people who have come and have economic hitmen who destroy economies across the board for decades at a time, or even centuries at a time. So it's going to take time for certain countries within Africa, especially those like Ethiopia that have determined not to be colonized. It's going to take time for them to catch up. But at the same time, you see here that it's not too far in the distant future. So they go on to say the agenda before us is very timely and urgent, as we cannot continue to exist in the second technology revolution when the whole world has gone ahead of us. See, the whole world has gone ahead of them because Africa is the seat, is the breadbasket of the world. It's the seat of all resources necessary for the advancement of technology. So while technologies are advancing all around the world, Africa is being left behind. And I'm applauding them for taking the initiative to promote the STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, on the continent as a whole, or with the countries that wish to pursue STEM initiatives. So Mutabazi said that it is imperative that public and private sector adopt a more aggressive mentality to address the use and workings of those technologies as countries move towards economies and societies based on information and knowledge, digital technologies, and the fourth industrialization. The Comesa region carries a large market of the African continent, with a population of more than 500 million consumers and total trade of 236 billion in 2016. Intra-Comesa trade represents 7% of the total trade. According to the chairperson of the Private Sector Federation, Robert, I don't want to get his name wrong, Robert Bafakurera, the government of Rwanda introduced the Smart Rwanda Strategy 2015 to 2020, which underpins government transformation agenda using ICTs to ensure smart agricultural, finance, business, and industry, health, education, government, and cities. Kigali is often cited as the city with the most affordable internet access in the region, he said, noting that this is just a minute illustration of how the government has prioritized the need of technology solutions that can improve our economy and enhance our service delivery. Yeah, because he's right. If you have internet access that's more affordable, it allows people to communicate and see what's going on in the world outside of Africa or outside of their country in Africa. It also helps people when they're going to look for jobs, because a lot of job sectors are online now. So yeah, that's really good. He goes on to say, I can with confidence assure you that Rwanda is at the center stage of adopting smart technologies in e-government and in private sector development. Nevertheless, Bafakurera also admitted that our continent remains lagging in terms of technology, ICT trade, infrastructure, innovation, and the creation of knowledge-based economies and societies. It is important that as a region, we bridge the digital divide and harness technologies for the advancement of our economies and regional integration. Chairperson of the Comesa Business Council, Dr. Amani Asfour, said that various leading reports have highlighted that technology can help catapult Africa into the future at par with the leading global players. She said there has been a rise in tech-driven solution to address some of the continent's challenges. She says here, where we have seen the rise of tech startups and entrepreneurs who have begun transforming the way we do business and operate. She said, for businesses, ICTs boost productivity and reduce transaction and information costs. They allow new models of collaboration that increase workers' efficiency and flexibility along the supply chain. ICTs offer entrepreneurship and create new business models and can provide alternative sources of financing. In the government side, she noted, it is about e-government services that promote efficiency and providing a good regulatory business environment and the requisite infrastructure, which are also a fundamental requirement to promote the infusion of technology to our industries and society. The competitiveness of our industries and economies, she said, will largely be tied to technology, as ICTs are a key enabler for productivity and trade. And they have the original article on New Times if you want to see that. They also have another story next, and I like this website because they have, the next story. They don't have a bunch of mess going on underneath the article. Like if you scroll down, they just have more headlines from each country and make it very specific. Here, and again, they have them rated most popular stories. And then at the bottom, you have more. They don't have a bunch of junk like a lot of American websites. And you also notice there's not a bunch of ads popping up everywhere. So I have ad blocker, but even when I didn't have ad blocker, there were not a bunch of ads popping up on most of the African news websites. So I appreciate that very much. And the next story is, if you're interested, demystifying positive use of artificial intelligence. So I may do a video about that. I don't know. But you all let me know what you think in the comment section. In my opinion, I think it's great that they are pushing forward to promote STEM. I don't know about artificial intelligence just yet. I would have to see what their goals are for artificial intelligence, because from what I saw on Ann's video, oh my gosh, it was just creepy. Very, very creepy. And just because they have a photo like this does not mean that this will represent the work that they will be doing in Africa in terms of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can be used to refine, when they have oil refinement, or when they're working with minerals and they need to determine the quality of minerals before shipping them off for manufacturing or mass production. So I am interested in seeing what's going to happen. I hope that these countries in Africa are able to work together positively and provide people not only with jobs, but with skills that they can use to start their own businesses in STEM, in different STEM sectors, whether private or public. That's all for me, you guys. I'm getting kind of sleepy. I'll talk to you all later in the next video. Have a great night and stay safe. Good night.